This is the TNA Wrestling February 1, 2024 full show results video, and the show started with a match between Nick Nemeth vs Trey Miguel, and the result of this match was Nick Nemeth defeated Trey Miguel by pinfall with a super kick. After the match, Steve Maclin blindsides Nick Nemeth as the Rascals join him for a 3-on-1 assault. Then we saw that Khan tells Diener that the design is dead and tonight, he is going to remind the world who the baddest man in TNA is. Maclin seems very happy with the new alliance, and then Mike Bailey runs into Steve Maclin and the Rascals backstage and he shuts up Wentz. The next match happened between Decay vs Mila Moore and Savannah Thorne, and the result of this match was Decay defeated Mila Moore and Savannah Thorne by pinfall with the double finisher slam on Thorne. Backstage, MK Ultra announces they want their title rematch at No Surrender, and Jody and Danny interrupt and stake their claim. Luna pitches Masha vs Jody for tonight. Alan Angels welcomes Josh Alexander as the first guest on his new talk show, Sound Check. Alexander is coming off a huge victory over Will Ospreay just 2 weeks ago and says that his sights are now set on reclaiming the TNA World Championship. Angels accuse Alexander of stepping on some toes to get to the top and call him ungrateful. Angels say that Alexander is not setting a good example for his son, causing Alexander to storm off the set, and Angels tells fans to check out the next episode. The next match happened between Brian Myers vs Kevin Knight, and the result of this match was Brian Myers defeated Kevin Knight by pinfall with the roster cut finishing move. After the match, Eddie and Alicia Edwards join Brian Myers in the ring, but just as they're about to add insult to injury, Kushida evens the odds for Knight. X Division champion Chris Sabin's interview is interrupted by another commercial from Mustafa Ali, who we learned will be arriving in TNA wrestling in the near future. The Good Hands tell Sabin that Ali is going to be the next X Division champion. Sabin vows to prove him wrong by making a match between him and John Skyler next week. Frankie Kazarian explains his actions after turning his back on Eric Young and assaulting him, and Kazarian says that 2 years ago, he came back and saved this company. He claims to have given more than anyone else, and now, it's time to start taking. Kazarian intends to become a monster because the hero doesn't succeed in this business. Kazarian calls Eric Young a king of TNA wrestling while he was a soldier in the trenches, and he promises to become a king so that people will remember him, no matter the cost. As Kazarian is making his exit, Eric Young is seen watching on from behind the curtain. Then we saw Alex Shelley confront the system and tells Moose that he's getting his contractually obligated rematch for the TNA World Championship at No Surrender. Then we see Diener is in the ring and admits that the group he created, the Design, is dead. Diener admits that it's his fault for trying to resurrect Violent by Design when he's interrupted by PCO. Then we saw a match between Diener vs PCO, and the result of this match was PCO defeated Diener by pinfall. After the match, Khan attacked PCO from behind. Khan turns his attention towards Diener and viciously snaps his neck. PCO sits up but Khan puts him to sleep with a mandible claw. Then we saw a match between Masha Slamovich vs Jody Threat, and the result of this match was Masha Slamovich defeated Jody Threat by pinfall with the snow plow. We cut to the back where the system beats down Kushida and Shelley runs in. In the main event of the show, we saw the best of 3 series match 1 between ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, versus Grizzled Young Vets for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, and the result of this match was Grizzled Young Vets defeated ABC by pinfall to get the lead in the series, and the show goes off the air.